Hey there and howdy, welcome back to my channel, and this is a special shout out to all of my Propagation Nation, the ones that like to see and also do propagations. This is definitely a must-see video for you guys today because I do have to tell you this is one of my most controversial, dramatic, and most extreme propagation that I have ever done. As a matter of fact, many of you guys did not even believe that it could be done, and I'm not just talking about your average everyday growers such as myself, but I'm actually even referring to orchid nursery growers that grow orchids for a living. They didn't even believe that it could be done, but I showed and proved to you here on my orchid adventures that it could, and I showed you the step-by-step process of how we did it. Well, in this video we are actually doing it again, but this time a little bit more extreme because we are bumping it up a notch and we're adding some twists and also some turns, making this propagation also an extreme experiment as well, with of course the intention of finding out exactly which method or which way to go about in doing this propagation, and in the end we're going to find out exactly which method is best. So about 4 years ago, we did take a Phalaenopsis orchid and we completely split it in half, top to bottom, vertically, again, completely in half. And over the years, many of you guys did ask exactly what happened to Rose and Mary. And I actually had an individual that wanted to purchase Rose and Mary from me. But unfortunately, I do have to admit that Rose and Mary is no longer with us. I accidentally left her out during the winter and she did succumb to frost and just did not recover. So again, unfortunately, it is not with us. But today we are going to do that same extreme propagation, not to just one Phalaenopsis, but actually 2 Phalaenopsis. And we are also incorporating some rooting hormone and also some Keiki paste, and we're also going to be using aloe vera gel as well. And let me go ahead and introduce to you the 2 subject matters at hand. And these are actually the 2 Phalaenopsis that we will be propagating today. And this one right here in particular is Brangelina. Oh my goodness, how tremendous and how large this one is. Definitely got it going on. And this one right here is Benifer, and oh me oh my, this one too is worthy of the spotlight, large and in charge. And of course, this was definitely before their very controversial, before their very dramatic split. No pun intended, of course. And if we do take a closer look at these 2 Phalaenopsis right here, we will see that they are so much larger than the original Phalaenopsis that we did propagate. And we will also see that they have a whole lot more body to them, a lot more stem. So there's a lot of length right here that will actually have the chance of creating Keikis and also new growths of roots as well. So I'm hoping that because it has more body, more stem, that we'll have a better chance of creating a whole lot more Keikis. Now, unfortunately, this wild child right here, Brangelina, was actually having way too much fun in the sun and was actually sunbathing a whole lot longer than it should have. And as you can see, it did sustain some sunburn. But this is just but cosmetic blemishes. This does not affect the health of the orchid in any way. Now with Benifer right here, when I did first purchase this orchid, this did not at all have a spike. Well, as you can see, it has one now. And normally I would not propagate anything in spike for the simple fact that too much of the plant's energy is going to be focused on the spike. And if we are propagating it, we need the energy source to be focused on creating Keikis and also new roots if it needs them. And we don't need anything else soaking up the energy. Well, too late, this has a spike, and this actually adds a little bit more drama to the actual propagation. I would actually like to see if this has enough energy to continue growing out this spike. I know that is far-fetched and it's a lot to ask for, but again, we've seen orchids do some tremendous things, so you never know what it wants to do, and if it wants to do it, it definitely will. So we'll leave this spike on and we'll still propagate it. And also, let me not forget to mention that these two right here are of the same variety. They are actually the Phalaenopsis Sogo-Euclidean, both of them known for blooming some very large and tremendous white blooms, and also for the amount of blooms that they can produce and the beautiful cascading effect that these orchids have. And I did purposely and intentionally purchase the same variety of orchids because I definitely wanted them to have the same type of growth habits. So if we do notice differences in growth, it's not going to be because they are different varieties and they do grow differently, but instead it's going to be because of the different elements that we are subjecting them to. And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this extreme propagation, and we're gonna do it right now. Bam, 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 and boom. And these right here are the materials that we are gonna be using for the propagation today. Right here, we have a spray bottle that's filled with Phalaenopsis 20, which you guys know is an algicide, a fungicide, a virucide, also a germicide, and a bactericide. So indeed, a great disinfectant. Then we have the sphagnum moss right here. We have the knives that'll do the cutting. We have the gloves that'll protect our hands, and we have the rooting hormone and also the Keiki paste. Aloe vera leaves that we're going to be using the aloe vera gel from. And we have the cutting board right here, and we also have these individualized containers that will be housing the propagated segments. Okay, so we're now simply going to remove the roots from the container, and I'm just mashing in the container a bit to unloose the roots, unleash the beast here. And there goes that one. And we'll do the same for this one. Some pretty good and healthy root systems right here. Look at them. Wow. And of course now it's just a matter of trying to remove the actual media from the roots. Massage these roots to allow the actual media to come out. And we're just gonna be working the media right here. Okay guys, so here we are, and basically what we did is we took out all of that sphagnum moss, and then we went ahead and cleaned her up and hosed her down. So all there is left to do right now is to go ahead and disinfect her with the Phalaenopsis 20. And we're gonna go ahead and start this off with Benifer right here. And we're gonna start at the bottom because it gets really fragile at the top. And once we have a good split, then it'll be easier to come up towards the top. And we're also going to have to be mindful of the spike right here because we definitely don't want to damage it. So I'm just going to go ahead and insert the knife, and I hope you guys can get a view of this. And I do remember the last propagation, it was really, really tough, and it's tough right now. Oh my gosh, this, I may have to get another knife because I'm not sure if this will work. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is really tough, guys. I'm just trying to cut into that fleshy tissue and having quite a difficult time. But if I can get somewhat of where I want, or a trace outline, so that I can get as in the center as possible, that'll be really good. So there you go, that's our outline, but it is a little bit tough. I'm gonna try to get another knife because I didn't know how tough this was gonna be. Okay, so here we are with another knife, and I'm gonna try to see if, nope, it's not gonna be easier. Okay, so we're just gonna have to, there you go. Okay, we cut into here a little bit crooked. I don't want it like that, but okay. So we at least got the top part. And let me move it aside. Hopefully you could see. There you go. So it's just a matter of putting a lot of pressure. And now I'm trying to, it's a little uneven and I want it as straight as possible. So there you go. there, that's straighter. And I'm just kind of pushing it downwards. There you go. Yeah, this is just really hard anytime you're propagating a Phalaenopsis like this. Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't get it as straight as I wanted. This whole top leaf came out, and that's actually where the new growth grows from. So, wow, I don't know. I don't know about this one, guys. And I hope this is in the screen. I can't quite see the screen right now. So we're just going down, adding pressure. This is the hardest part at the base, right here. There. Okay. Okay. Yep. It's thick, thick, thick. And you just really have to add as much pressure as you can. There you go. There you go. There you go. Come on. And as soon as we get past that stem area, the roots are easier to cut through. Oh, wow. Well, that's that for the spike. Wow, guys. I was really trying to save that spike. Okay, here we are. Wow. What a learning lesson. So, that's that for this. Okay, well, on to the next, and I'm just going to go ahead and clean everything off right here. And we'll start anew. And here we are with Brangelina, and I'm going to go ahead and try to be a little bit more careful here. I'm definitely trying to get a straight line again. And it's just so tough, guys. There you go. That's the top part. I'm just trying to get as much on both ends. And you are going to lose some leaves here because the way the leaves grow, they kind of interlock. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. Come on. Main part is down here. And I'm trying to get into that bottom stem area is the hardest part of all. Hear things snapping? Come on. Oh, I'm breaking a sweat, guys. Come on. Whew. Can you hear me breathing hard? Oh my gosh. Come on. Okay, so we got the top part. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the top part off because that's basically a done deal right here. It's just cutting that part, this top cut off. Ooh, the brad part came off too. I'm gonna have to rename this one again. But yeah, so come on. It's just this part right here. Okay, maybe I can saw back and forth. Oh no, let me use the other knife for that because it has the teeth. Maybe I can just hold it up and kind of saw it back and forth. Yeah, it seems like it's doing something, but is it doing enough, guys? Oh man. It's just, this is thick but yet still fragile at the same time, so you kind of have to be gentle here. I'm just trying to saw now at this point because I can't get it through there. Come on. Maybe I could snap it. Pull it apart. Nope, it's not gonna happen either. Wow, this is something else. Come on. Now I'm just using the sawing technique. Anything to try to get it done. I just don't want the leaves to come apart. Okay, there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, now we're just trying to split it. There we go. Finally. There we go, guys. Whew. What a job. And here we are, all 4 segments, and I'm just spraying it down with Physan, again disinfecting it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this recently split couple right here, Benifer, which is now known as Jennifer, and also Ben. Now, if we take a look at darling Jennifer right here, look at that. She has pretty good amount of stem area right here, and that's basically what we're looking for, because that in fact is where the keikis and also the roots are going to grow from. Now, the only issue that I'm having with Jennifer is, unfortunately, she did not walk away with too many roots. Barely any roots at all. So we're hoping that this is enough to sustain her. And actually, Ben, Greedio Ben right here, actually walked away with the majority. So I guess there goes the prenup, because he took away almost everything, leaving Jen with almost nada, nothing at all. Now, Ben right here was actually the one that lost a pretty big leaf and also the spike. Now, with the leaf issue, it's not an issue at all, because if you remember correctly with my original propagation, eventually it did lose majority, if not all, of the actual leaves. So that is not of great importance. The important part about a propagation of this type, again, is the stem. That's where the roots and the keikis are going to come from. And Ben still has a pretty good amount of stem area, so I'm not so worried about that at all. And as a matter of fact, with this spike issue, losing the spike is probably the best interest for Ben, because that energy soaking spike would have taken the energy right out of growing the keikis and the roots. So I think Ben is actually better off without it. But I do have to admit, I did have some selfish desires here in hopes that we could save that spike. Okay, so let us take a look at Angelina and also Brad right here, also recently split. And as you can see, they are still, even though they're individual now, they are still stars in my book. Because look at that. Look at that stem area right there. And look at Brad. I mean, they are still shining and glowing here. No probs at all. Definitely nice stem area on both of these. And also, if we take a look, they both have decent amount of roots. This one a little bit less, and Brad, I don't know what's up with the men folk. They're taking everything from us women here. Brad also took majority of the roots as well, but you know, Angelina has a good amount as well. And stem area, that's all we're concerned about. We want those stems, and they definitely both have it. So I think that they're going to be just fine with producing keikis and also roots. Alrighty folks, so with Ben, we're going to be using that keiki paste, and with Jennifer, we're going to use the rooting hormone. And we're just going to go ahead and dab some of that keiki paste onto the cotton ball, and we're actually going to rub it throughout Ben's stem. There you go. All done. And with Jennifer, we're just gonna get that powder on this cotton ball. And that's that rooting hormone right there. And she is all done and ready to grow. And here we are with Brad and also Angelina. Now with Brad, because he's a little bit more reserved, we're just going to use some aloe vera gel on his stem area. And with Angelina, because she is a bit wild and wacky and over the top, we're going to go ahead and use keiki paste and rooting hormone throughout her stem area. And that's right, she is just that crazy. This gal, I think, can handle it. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and take the actual gel from this aloe vera leaf, as you can see right there, and we're just going to go ahead and gel Brad's stem area down, just like that. That easy, guys, that easy. And with Wild and Wacky Angelina, we're going to go ahead and take some of that keiki paste. We're going to go ahead and put that all throughout her stem area right there. Okay, and then we're going to take the rooting hormone and powder her down as well. So she gets a double dose. And all we're going to do now, folks, is let these right here dry out overnight and even perhaps tomorrow. And when they are dried out, we're going to go ahead and put them in their individualized containers that is going to be filled halfway with moistened sphagnum moss. And then from time to time, we will be spraying these down also with aloe vera water. And then after that, it's simply just the waiting game and staying tuned for more for the updates. And there you have it, folks. That is our extreme, very controversial and very dramatic propagation. Now, you guys are going to have to let me know exactly what did you think about this propagation. Also, let me know which of these foul celebrities that you think is going to be successful in this propagation. Let me know what you think the potential is or the possibilities. And I'm always open to suggestions as well. This is an open-ended story right here. I'm definitely looking for ideas and suggestions of what I could do. I'm thinking of potting these up and perhaps even using the semi-water culture like I did with the original Phalaenopsis propagation that I did, especially if we notice some issues with the roots. But other than that, that's basically what my plans are. If you think you have a better solution or idea, post those comments below. I need to hear from you guys. And I hope you guys don't get upset with this propagation. Know that propagations are propagation. That really comes with the territory, guys. I mean, it's no different than making cuttings or divisions or grafting. Sometimes there's sacrifices that must be made for the betterment of the good. And I definitely think that this right here is the benefit of the good, especially when it's not being talked about, and there's a lot of you guys that did not even know that it was possible or it could be done. So that lets you know that that information really is null and void. So I just want to share all of the information that I know with you. You guys know the more that we know, the more that we can grow, and that is my whole mission here. And you guys definitely have to stay tuned for more, as I will be updating you with the progress of this extreme propagation experiment. Stay tuned for more. There's a whole lot more in store. I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode of my orchid adventures. I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope that you did learn something new from it. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, like and subscribe, folks. It really helps out my channel. And make sure you turn on that bell notification so that you guys will know exactly when I do post a new video. And also, if you have not yet already, please go ahead and join me on my Instagram and also on my Facebook under my orchid adventures. And as you guys already know, I do truly love and appreciate each and every one of you guys all, and I will see you guys later, and I'll also grow with you guys later as well. Bye bye for now. Mwah.